Okay, hi guys. Welcome to another edition of Stratego with Bob. Sorry about yesterday not uploading any content on what would have been sort of officially day 3, but I'm going to label this up as sort of day 3 and just sort of label them up as days of gameplay. So this would be my third round of recording gameplay. So we're going to go ahead and play another ranked game. I did have a couple of games sort of in my own spare time when I could and didn't do any recording, but I sort of managed to go on a bit of a losing streak anyway. I did get a couple of wins in the end. Sort of been trying a new setup and some new sort of tactics, so we're going to see how I carry on with that style. This is a setup that I've been using. I'm still sort of going with my original kind of ideas of how I like to operate, just purely because I'm so used to it. I'm finding it difficult really to get any wins with anything other than this kind of basis at the moment. So I think I just want to try and get some wins under my belt, and then maybe I'll start tweaking it again. I don't know whether that's going to be a really good idea or not, but anyway, I hope you're enjoying the content and stuff. I realise looking back on my videos sometimes I sort of get lost in thought, and the commentary isn't as animated as I would like and sort of as high energy as I'd like, so hopefully I can sort of pep it up a bit for you and stuff, and I don't come over as such a boring, dreary old guy. So not that I'm old anyway, but yeah, I just want to make sure that the commentary is a bit more lively for you, and you know, a bit more light-hearted, I guess. But and obviously as well, I'm only a low-level bronze. I've dropped right down now with my level, so you know, when I'm sort of trying to make out I know what I'm talking about, then please take it very much tongue-in-cheek, because I'm just sort of thinking out loud really of my thought processes rather than that I actually know what I'm doing. So bear with me on that, guys, and yeah, let's see how we get along here. So I'm going, as I say, I've changed my setup a little bit here. I've got my sergeant up there with my major, and I'm going to sort of try and press ahead with the major and the sergeant. But what I have been doing, I sort of took some advice from 7Cs, which was to try and sort of go in a bit more with my colonels on the front lines. So you might notice that I'll start to do that, especially up the flanks. I try and kind of play the same role in the middle, because you know, obviously I've sort of got my original style set up here to deal with any of these martial and general blitzes through the middle. So I'm sort of taking the advice of 7Cs with being more bold with my colonels on the flanks for this at this stage. So let's see how we go. I don't think I'm going to go as bold as too bold with my majors, because I have been learning a painful lesson with doing that. So we're going to try and sort of press up with them in a bit more of a cautious way. So let's see. Okay, and then so now what I'm going to do is I'll start pressing up with this sergeant on the left, and also back him up with this colonel, so that you know, if anything does attack it and take it, you know, snag some captains and some majors. And I found that, you know, using my colonels to sort of back them up can be beneficial, because you know, even if you lose your 2 colonels, you're going to be losing them to the general. Well, as a rule, you'll be losing them to the general or the marshal. You know, even if you do an exchange, then it's not the end of the world. You know, you may be able to snag some pieces before you do the exchange. And if you lose to the general or the marshal, then you've obviously got that information moving forward, and you can then sort of strategize outside around that. You know. So it's been working out quite well for me, because you know, as I say, I can sort of go in backing up my other lower pieces, and then look to sort of snag some stuff before I have to do an exchange, or I get the information and sort of lose my colonel. I mean, I don't go in there intentionally looking to lose my colonel, but you know, sometimes you may find that you just sort of end up cornered or something like that. So I've been trying to exercise caution with it and go ahead and kind of make sure that if I do see a potential threat, then I will back away slightly, you know. So we're going to see what we can do here. Okay, so didn't really manage to get anything major at this point with my kernel, but we're gonna carry on and see what happens here. Let's see. I'm up a lieutenant on him now, so we're gonna see what he's gonna do here. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying the content and stuff, guys. I do intend to update as regular as possible, so you know, you can expect more content over the days. Please like, comment and subscribe. It's going well so far. I'm up to 6 subscribers, so thank you very much for everyone that subscribed. You know, got to start somewhere, and it started off at a decent level, so I'm happy with that. You know, people watching and stuff, so I'm hoping to kind of develop this channel and evolve and tweak it and make it more interesting for you guys and stuff. And I've been testing out the live streaming software as well. I've got the software. I've been testing out the live streaming element of it, and I've sort of think I've sussed it out. But what I'm going to do is when I do streaming, I'll set up, and I may, moving forward as well, I'm going to be looking to film via the webcam while I'm playing. So it's got a little area for where you can see my live reactions. So moving forward, that's the way it's going to be going, and hopefully it'll make it a bit more interesting, a bit more fun, and you know, that will be the idea anyway. So okay, let's go ahead now then, and maybe attack with my major a little bit more here. He's ended up sort of putting this piece here, so I'm wondering now whether it is a bigger piece, and perhaps I better. Well, I've got an escape route planned here anyway, so that's no problem. Let's see here. I mean, if it's his marshal, actually I better move my other major out of the way in case it is his marshal, because I want to be able to sort of obviously get that colonel past my spy. Now it looks as though I've sort of left myself a bit bare with scouts here, so perhaps I might move this one over. What I may do is get my lieutenant out here. Now I think what I'll do is I'll get my scout from this side over, do a bit of a longer route, and see what we've got here. I think I'm going to go ahead with this major though, because maybe yeah, he's going to snag a captain up here. You know, I mean, generally you're going to find on a lot of games that you've got the, okay, here we go, so you've got a big piece here, you see. So I think, yeah, what I may do is try and get this major in a position where he may be tempted to go in with his general in a minute, so that's okay. Now I've got a feeling, here we are then, that this could be his marshal then, because the way he sort of threatened my colonel. But I'm going to take it easy. I mean, it could be potentially a colonel as well, obviously just looking to do an exchange, but we've seen his general here now. So his general, general was sort of unmarked here, so regarding his spy, I mean, could it be one of these two pieces, I would suggest, you know. It looks as though he's sort of he's had it in a position there where he's didn't have it sort of tucked in next to a spy, so I'm gonna have to be aware of that. Maybe I might try and get this scout to go in on this piece here, and then see how we go, because I mean, if it is his spy, then I may have an opportunity here to sort of jump in there behind there. So okay, so let's see, he did have a bomb here, so I'm thinking, you know, it's probably not likely that he's got another bomb there. I'm going to have to be careful with my majors now, because you know, he's got one of those on me, so I think what we're looking at here is a bit of a cautious player, but I think, you know, with this style of play we can make some headway, so Um, okay, so I mean I've got a feeling this is his marshal, this is his general, which we know, and then I've sort of bluffed this miner. When I push this miner up here, then I sort of gave the impression that this is my spy here. So potentially he did stop there, so there's potential for that to be his marshal. As I say, we know that's his general. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got a colonel over here. Or this potentially could be a colonel, you know, he's looking to sort of come in and do some damage with it, or even do an exchange. So let's just going to see what we can do here. Potentially want to try and get this miner over here. I could do with perhaps sort of scouting one of these pieces. I'm going to take a risk here and see. Okay, so he's sort of threatening that that could be another piece. That could be, perhaps that's his marshal then. I'm going to move ahead with this scout, get this other scout over here, and maybe see this other piece here. I've got a feeling this isn't anything special now, to be honest. So what I might try and do is, perhaps I should get a lieutenant up here. I might try and press ahead here, try and sort of encourage this general across here, and then hopefully, you know, I can sort of get a move going here where I can scout that spy, if it is the spy. If it's not the spy, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the spy. So let's see. Okay, that's good. So we've got plenty of his captains out of the way. So what I may start doing now is start bringing my majors back slightly, and then that's interesting. He's moved that over. He's got one here. Perhaps his colonel and perhaps it's his colonel and his marshal about to sort of pin me in here. Okay. Well, so let's go back with my colonel. Let's move my miner over. I think what I'm going to do is, out of the two of them, this one sort of moved over first. I think, let's go with this one then and see what we've got here. Okay, so yeah, that's his marshal. So I'm assuming that that's a colonel over there. So that's okay. What I can do maybe is now start pressing ahead here on this flank, and you know, try and get some of these majors from this side. We know that now is his marshal, so that's fine. And we're going to go ahead here. We know that's his general. So yeah, let's see where we are here, if we can get anywhere. We're up on his captains, so there's a chance that okay, so now he's coming down with his marshal here. Let's see if he's gonna go into my sort of favourite chap. They're coming around the wrong lanes, as you can see. I've got the marshal coming down this lane, and I've got the general coming down this lane. Now, if I go this way like this, then it potentially will scare him into sort of not taking my pieces. But who knows? He may well. He may well decide to go ahead and take that, but let's see. I think, yeah, hopefully we might be able to get a bluff out of this by going ahead and pulling back a little bit and then starting to attack aggressively with this scout. So I had a great game the other over the last sort of 48 hours where I did manage to squeeze in a game, and it allowed me to go ahead and bluff him with a scout, In actual fact, I didn't really particularly want to do it that way round there. I think, yeah, what I'll try and do is maybe just go in with my scout this way anyway. It's likely he's probably going to get attacked by something smaller, and the bluff may not work at this point. He's also got one scout left, so in actual fact, what I should probably be doing is going in with my general up this side, because he's got his marshal and his general here now. So if there's a threat of a colonel, then I can deal with that threat. I've got a feeling this is a colonel, because he did come over and attack with it on my major, so sort of tried to pin me in a bit. So we're going to see here now, see if I can encourage him to do that. Yeah, he's moved his. If it is a colonel, he's now moved it more central, so that's fine. If he does choose to do that, then I can obviously try and get the minor over there, and then we can see if we can start diffusing that bomb in the corner there. We may find that this is bombed in here, and that, you know, there's a potential we could sneak in through his flag. If he starts to pull back and defend, then we know that that could be potentially his flag. So that's a good thing to sort of look out for. If you do find your bomb in the corners, then you start sort of going to go and press on and defuse it. If you see a lot of defence coming in, then you can perhaps wonder whether it is going to be if it is going to be one of his areas where the flag could potentially be. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, so I've got a feeling that this isn't actually a colonel. So what I may do is, well, actually no, I think I will press ahead with it, and then at the end of the day, what it may do is it will encourage him to bring his marshal round. Okay, now that was the piece that I potentially think it is his spy. So, okay, so I think what I may do is press on here with this lieutenant and just see if I can sort of do another bluff. He didn't fall for the original bluff with the scout, which is fair enough. I mean, you know, it wasn't really effective in the sense where I didn't manage to get up there and head first into his general, which I'll try and do more this time now with this lieutenant, because I tend to find those sort of bluffs work better if you can get straight in there and straight head to head with them, you know. So because that wasn't the case. Oh, you see now he's moved another piece over. He's looking to do the same again here. He's looking to sort of try and see if this is actually my marshal. Okay, so I flushed out his last scout as well, so that's good. And now I need to realistically probably pull back a bit there, because I mean could potentially lose my colonel if I'm not careful here, you see. So okay, so what I'll do is I'll pull that one back for the time being. He's probably going to look to try and get my colonel, but I think what I can do is try and sort of move behind here, if possible, get to some of those other pieces there that have moved behind his marshal, so that even if it is a colonel there, you know, we're just going to be looking to exchange, and I may be able to snag a major here as well. Now he's got all my majors obviously, so it's a bit of a concern. I sort of find myself in that position sometimes, but hopefully we'll be able to get some of those back now. We'll be able, you know, he's obviously got 2 up on me, so. Let's see. I mean, I'm starting to wonder now if this is actually a kernel, so if it is, then that would be great. That would be great to get one of those back. If not, it's probably a major as well, you know. So, I mean, realistically, I do need to press ahead with this now, and well, I think, yeah, if I do and it reveals my general, obviously what I've got to do is make sure that I've got a route clear here. What I may do is just move this captain up as well, just to support this scout now. Actually, I should potentially go for this with my scout, because I've got a feeling that that was his spy there. Ah, that's a shame. That would have been nice. I think that was his spy there, guys. You know, I missed a bit of a trick there. That's a shame. Okay, so he's going after. He's going to go straight ahead here. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so that's fine. He's coming round this way by the look of it. So, yeah, my colonel there, he does know he's there, doesn't he? So I'm going to have to be a bit cautious for that. But now I've got my general in a nice position here, because his general is obviously over here. And we've got potential here to actually get some pieces here. Okay, that's handy. That's a captain. Now, as I say, I've got a feeling that this is his spy here, so I could do with sort of getting up there, really. And seeing if I can sort of get that. I've got a feeling this could be a colonel here, so he's looking to exchange on that colonel. So that's fine. I'm not too concerned about that. We've got the opportunity to press up with a minor. Okay, so let's see if I can. I need to go this way, I guess. I could have done with getting that scout up there, but what I'm going to do is press up with this lieutenant. See if he'll take the bait here with this. No, he's not taking the bait this time, but at least I've got a feeling that he may no, he's not going to come back round by the look of it. His general there. I think what I'm going to do is sort of just get some information here with this lieutenant. You know, he just sort of defended that reasonably well. I should have perhaps moved my scout up, really, but I didn't want to find myself in a sort of two-piece situation unnecessarily. So let's see, perhaps what I may do, just move this scout out of this way, so that if he does start pressing on my general now, then you see now. Let's see what's going to happen here. Yeah, he looks like he's maybe just covering his spy again there, you see, so that's interesting. It's blocked me off a little bit there. I could do with getting a scout up there just in case that piece moves again. But I'm pretty convinced now that this is his spy. I mean, I could have done a trade really with the general, but I'll try and maybe sort of snag another major with my general if possible, really, and then look to exchange. So I didn't want to do that quite yet. Okay, so he's now moving over here with his marshal. let's see, let's just use this lieutenant as a bit of a scout, get some information, maybe able to clear out a mine, or I've got all his scouts now, so maybe a sergeant, something like that. I mean, I am up on lieutenants with him, so I should potentially use my lieutenants for a while here. Because he's coming back with his major. Let's just press on with that one. With his marshal, I keep calling the marshal the major for some reason. Forgive me for that. But yeah, I think potentially here you see this piece. Okay, so let's see. We've got another bomb. Yeah, we've got 2 bombed in areas down there. So okay, that's fine. I think what I may do now is move my scout up a bit more of a threatening way with this general here, so that he realises, look, he's not near his spy, and let's see if he's going to start going again back into his shell against that spy. Let's see what's going to happen here. And what I can do is, as I say, I've still got this attack. Okay, so that's interesting. No, so I wonder if that's his other colonel here now, and he's not going to be too concerned. Okay, so here we are. Look, now he's choosing not to attack this at this stage, so maybe I'll have an opportunity to get in behind here with my scout and attack this spy. Oh, that's good as well. He's now pressing down with this marshal. So I mean, potentially if it's his colonel and his general here, then it again is his spy that's covering the 2 of them. So you know, that kind of makes sense for me. And oh, actually no, yeah, because he's moved his general back here now, and then he moved his spy up. So actually, what I could do is try and get another scout into this area. Okay. Alright, so let's just see then if this is bombed in as well. Ah! Now that is interesting. He's got 2 bombs there on that side in that corner. Now he's moving his general over again. I think what I may do is start getting my general over there, because these 3 pieces here outside of his marshal and his general are potentially easy pickings now. And we know now that we've got sort of the 3 bombs, the 2 bombs there, potentially 3. So if we find down here that these 2 are bombs, then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bombs, you know, and there's another one somewhere else, which we, you know, it reduces our risk to quite a bit. So okay, I need to be careful here then that this is his general here, marshal, potentially colonel. This potentially is a colonel. Okay, so we know that that's and this is his spy now, so I'm just going to try and get a scout over into that area now. Let's see if we can sort of snag that. Let's see what we've got coming down here. I think what I may do is just get my captain up there to sort of support. Okay, so he's now moving over his general. I think what I'm going to do here is to try and sort of threaten a bit more now with this miner over here on his general. This is where I thought his spy is. Oh, that's interesting. That's moving the other way. Oh, I see. He's just tucking it in down there. So I guess potentially what he's trying to do is set one of these traps that I tend to like to do, you know, where he can manoeuvre down there. Okay, so he's got lieutenants and a... Yeah, so we think that this is his spy now. Let's see if we're going to be able to... sorry, I'm just thinking a bit here so that I don't make a mistake. Now, we know this is general, we think this is his spy now. I'm going to go ahead and get this bomb out of the way, see what's behind here. So it's another miner. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start sort of pressing ahead. I've got a feeling, well, we know that that was a bomb, so there could be 3 bombs there. So I think what we're going to start trying to do, I've got a feeling that that was a bomb as well. I'm just trying to start maybe, perhaps his flag is somewhere over here. Okay, that's worked out great. He's coming in with a lieutenant there. Now this is his general moving in again. I've got a feeling that this was the one that he... Well, I thought it was that one though, he put his spy, but I've got a feeling it's this one then. So, I'll go ahead here now and see. He looks like he's pressing forward with his general here. So what I'm going to do is just try and lure him round here now and see if we can get that general. Hopefully he's going to move in with the general next year. Lovely. Okay, so now got his general. I don't particularly want to lose my colonel as well. But there could be the potential for that. I mean, I could exchange with him. I'd rather not, but I certainly don't want to lose my colonel in the process of this. I've got a good advantage getting his general. Now, I've got a feeling his flag's here. Just one of those feelings. We've got a message, good game. Got a little careless. Bless him. Well, yeah, it happens to all of us, doesn't it? So, you know, I mean, I'm certainly wouldn't say the game's over at this point, but we're going to see now. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of start testing these other pieces, try and work out a bit of a bomb structure. I've got a feeling these were 3 bombs here. The 1, 2, 3, and a 4, 5. I've got a feeling he's potentially one of these guys that likes to sort of bomb in actual pieces, you know, because he had his sort of sergeants, well, miners tucked in behind there. So that was what we found at that point. Let's see, now he's trying to press ahead here. I think, let's see, I need to realistically get my colonel out of the way and make a bit of space here for my general. Because if my general needs to escape his marshal, I want to come past my spy. Okay, so now, yeah, so that's good. He's moving ahead with that major, and that's great. He's moved straight into that major now, so that's good. That's got my major back on him there that I was suffering from, you know. Oh shit, he says. Sorry for all the youngsters out there for the language, but yeah. Okay, so I think what I may do is just move my captain over there. And then sort of press up here. Got a feeling this piece did move, actually, thinking about it, so there's potential. If this doesn't move, I think I can snag this piece here. It's a little bit risky. Okay, so that's his other kernel there. Well, didn't particularly want to do that. Okay, so I think what I may do is just go ahead and press up with the miner now. I've got to be careful because his spy is still around as well. I might move my scout over. I've got all these captains there, so it's just this major that I'm a bit concerned about, really. We've got to find one more bomb, so I wonder, actually that, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we believe. Perhaps he's got his 6th one there. Okay, so let me have a think about this. I think what I may do is move this captain just to sort of start moving over. I've got to get rid of this major, and I've got to keep an eye on my captains, really. I don't want to lose my captains. That's what I may do, is start moving some sergeants up ahead. But I'm not sure what this piece is here. Okay, so we'll accept a friend request here. We'll say to him, not over yet. And yeah, I mean, I think he's sort of probably potentially considering quitting, but realistically it's not over yet. This major, you know, I've got to really get rid of that major. I've got a feeling his flag's here though, in which case obviously only one of these is bombs, and I've got a feeling it's going to be this one. So I mean, what I may do actually is, don't particularly want to lose a captain if I can help it, but that's who I've got up there at the moment. So what I may do is start moving in and try and see if I can get my prediction right. But he's got his major in place somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised if that's okay, so he's quit. Okay, well, not to worry, that's fine. I'm not going to grumble at that. Certainly it saves me a bit of a headache trying to get round there and stuff, but yeah, very happy with that game. I think my new sort of style is paying off slightly, because I feel the risks you take with the kernels, you know, they're actually calculated risks, and I sort of see the logic in them. So big shout out again to 7Cs for a little bit of advice to me and getting me a victory there. And as I say, tail end of last, when I had a couple of games yesterday that I didn't record for the channel, I had a couple of victories, so I'm getting my way back up. I went all the way down to bronze lieutenant, so back up to bronze major. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you. I'm going to do another one shortly. I'm just going to have a bit of a break and I'll do another one shortly. See you guys, hope you enjoyed it. Bye.